Professional VMware Horizon 8 by 2V0-51.21 real exam questions are valuable for you to prepare for the test well. 1. An administrator wants to ensure that users' desktop experience is consistent regardless of the desktop they connect to. What solution should be used to meet the requirement? A. Persona management. B. Dynamic Environment Manager. C. Local profiles. D. Temporary profiles. 2. Which Horizon feature provides high availability desktops across data centers? A. Cloud pod architecture. B. vCenter linked mode. C. Instant clones. D. Replica connection servers. 3. An administrator used the Horizon console to specify the Active Directory account for joining instant cloned VMs to the Active Directory domain. What two permissions must be granted to the Active Directory account to perform this task? Choose 2. A. Grant inventory administrator role. B. Write properties in the domain or in the organization units. C. Create and delete computer objects. D. Grant the global domain administrator role. E. Grant the Horizon domain admin role. 4. An administrator wants to provision a new golden image but doesn't see the VM in the list with golden images. Which could be the cause of the issue? Choose 2. A. No snapshot was made after optimizing the golden image. B. There is more than one active snapshot on the golden image. C. The golden image VM is not configured with a CD-ROM player. D. The wrong guest OS version was selected when creating the golden image. E. The golden image was not optimized. 5. Which two built-in apps are supported and automatically added to the profile of a multi-app kiosk profile? Choose 2. A. Calculator. B. Microsoft Word. C. Microsoft Edge. D. Camera. E. Sticky notes. 6. Users need to be able to log into Workspace ONE Access and connect to remote desktops and applications without having to provide Active Directory credentials. Which Horizon component needs to be deployed to allow this functionality? A. Enrollment Server. B. vCenter Server. C. Security Server. D. Replica Server. 7. An administrator configured a virtual machine to use an NVIDIA card but the virtual machine is not starting up. What could be the cause of the issue? Choose 2. A. No suitable host could be found. B. Not all memory has been reserved on the VM. C. Not all CPU has been reserved on the VM. D. The desktop pool doesn't support 3D cards. E. 3D graphics cannot be used with local storage. 8. What are two cloud pod architecture feature limitations? Choose 2. A. Kiosk mode clients are not supported unless a workaround has been implemented. B. Cloud pod architecture does not support Active Directory two-way trusts between domains. C. Cloud pod architecture cannot span multiple sites and data centers simultaneously. D. Cloud pod architecture is not supported with unified access gateway appliances. E. The cloud pod architecture feature is not supported in an IPv6 environment. 9. Which description explains Cloud Pod architecture? A. Cloud Pod architecture is a feature that requires additional licenses to activate and use. B. Cloud Pod architecture is a feature only available when using Windows virtual desktops in a Horizon environment. C. Cloud Pod architecture is a feature that provides cross-data center administration, high-availability desktops, and disaster recovery capabilities. D. Cloud Pod architecture is a feature that allows a vSphere cluster to become highly available for virtual desktops. 10. A junior-level Horizon administrator is not able to see all RDS farms. Where would a high-level administrator need to make changes to correct the issue? A. Global Entitlements B. Global Policies C. Category Folder D. Access Groups.